Hello, viewers. Today I've come with this question that has really been clogging my mind, and I want to share something with you today. There's this question that people always like asking: how much is this house? This is something which I went through when I was building my house. And the moment I stopped asking about houses and how much they cost, that is when I started building. I want to tell you one thing. In my channel, one time, somebody sent a comment to ask how much was a house. And that house, when I went to feature that house, to me, when you see it from the outside, it looks so beautiful. But when I got inside, it's something that the owners had not even completed. So since I was there, I told them, let me just take the exterior of the house. The exterior of the house looked so beautiful. Then somebody asked, how much is that house? Know that I am not a fundi. I just go around and feature houses, especially in the village, how people are building and how people are changing their lives. So there was no fundi there even to ask. But even if a fundi is there, fundis don't like that question. They will always say clients like asking about houses, how much the house cost. But when you tell them, let me come to the site, then I know what you want, then I'll give you the price of what you want. That is what people don't understand at all. It's good to know how much you are going to use when you want to build a house. But what happens is when you get to the site or you start building, you'll find it's totally a different thing. It's not what you think. I want to tell you a story. One day, one time, there is a fundi who was building a house. He got this contract and he called me and told me, since we are doing YouTube, why don't you come? We start with the foundation the way I'm starting with the foundation till the end, then you feature it into your YouTube channel. And I was so much excited. I went to the place. Everything started so well. Things were coming in, materials were coming in. I was taking pictures of everything which was going round. It was not far from where I live. I could go with a border, but it wasn't expensive. So I could go there every morning. But let me tell you, it came to a point that they were now doing the foundation. So I know a bit of what happens even in the foundation. I saw what my fundi was doing. I could ask questions. My fundi could answer me. So I went to the site. I saw how the site looked like. It was like iko na mwinamo hivi kidogo. And with that type of a house, I tell you, you don't do it without a BRC. Even mine, my fundi told me why he was placing a BRC. Then, since I knew about BRC, I saw this fundi and everything that they were doing. First of all, when they were filling in the hardcore, it got to a point that the hardcore was not enough. So I sat there looking at what they were doing. So I saw the other fundis digging soil. I was like, hey, what is that soil going to do? So I said, let me just watch and see what's going to happen. Then later on, I started seeing them getting back the soil in that part that the hardcore was not enough. Then I went to the contractor and asked him, why are you doing this? And he said, what he told me, the owner of this house, I gave him a quotation of 3.8 million for this house, but he said he only has 2.8. So I have to work with what he has. Then I was like, what? What about this part that you're not going to fill with hardcore? And he told me that you don't worry, I'll build the house to the end. Then I said, fine. So next day when I came back, they were now doing the slabbing. I looked at the area and came to realize that the BRC was not placed. I asked the same question. The answer was the same. So do you know what happens? Whatever money you have, The fundi will work with that money that you have, but they are going to use so many shortcuts. What I want you to know, my beautiful viewers, houses will never cost the same. Even if I give you the plan of this house today, you will not build it with the amount of money I'm building this house. This house is not complete. I started building this house in 2019. And in 2019, there was COVID. When I was buying cement, for example, I bought cement at 610, which you cannot get cement at 610 at this moment. Cement can shoot at any time. It is always in the average of 700, 750, 800 and something, 900 and 1000. It depends with where you are. So my beautiful viewers, stop this question of how much is a house. The only way you can go through is think about yourself, think about what you want. I like some people, they will not even ask you about how much a house costs. They will think of what they want first. Recently, there is a subscriber who called me all the way from USA. Do you know what he was asking me? He was looking for a fundi. Let's now get through these steps so that you can know when you want to build a house, what can you do? The first thing you should know is what type of a house do you want to build? How many bedrooms? Do you want to build a permanent house, a mud house, a semi-permanent house? What type of materials are you going to use? When the owner of this house started building this house, she never clogged her mind with prices. She first started with the plan. She got the plan, then got the fundi who came to the site, and the fundi was the one who gave her the BQ and everything how she's going to start. You should always know where you are going to source for your materials. Materials will never cost the same, depending with where you are or even your country. So that is why houses will never cost the same. In this house, the owner sourced for the materials himself, especially when he was doing the finishing. I had shown you this house about a young man who went through all odds to build this house. In any case, he clogged his mind with how much a house cost. He won't have gone all this far. He knew what he wanted, a brick house and a two-bedroomed house. When I started building this house, I was always asking any house which come across me how much the house cost. It nearly prevented me from starting a house. Any amount which I could hear, I will always say that is expensive. But the moment I stopped asking for the amount, that is when I started building this house. Until today, I'm still building this house step by step. Getting a plan of a house that you want to build is very essential. Normally look for an architect. If you cannot get an architect, fundis always have plans that they've built. They can share some with you. But remember, plans are paid for. Sometimes, even if you can't get a plan, try to sketch something and get an architect to draw for you the plan of the house that you want to build. Then you can look for a qualified fundi who will be able to guide you through the process of building your house. From there, you will be able to know how much you are going to use because it's only the fundi who will give you a quotation. This is something I've done in another video, and I've always been saying it's only the fundi or the contractor will give you the exact quotation. But even if you're given the quotation, know that there are other miscellaneous that you are going to incur when you are building your house. So, my beautiful viewers, I hope you've gotten something from this video. Let me know from the comment section what you think. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching. Kindly consider subscribing. If you like the video, don't forget to give me that thumbs up and let us meet on my next video.